Hi, Kirsten. I'm making this little video for you to show you how to get to our databases and to The Economist. Okay, so first, we do have it as part of our databases. It's not the same as, seeing the actual journal in your hand. It's not going to be organized that way. It's going to be organized within the context of a database. So let me show you how to get to that database. You go first to the college's main page, and then you click BCC Library, and from there you just click A to Z database list. Now, I sent you a list of where it's available, and it's available on Academic One file. So I'm going to go ahead and, as well as on General One file, that was another place that it was available on. It looked like most of the databases were Gale. That happens to be the company that provides a number of databases, Academic One file being one of them. And anyways, to get to the different databases, you could scroll down. They're A to Z, and I'm going to go to the simplest, which is Academic One file. Now, I'm coming from home, so if you are off campus, you're going to get this same picture, which is your login. It is your BCC login, what you get into to get into email. And I'm remembered on on this system, so I'm just going to click sign in. It's going to take me in, but you'll have to, type in your own login to get in. And then you're presented with a search box. Now, before I go any further, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to double check that title. The reason why is that sometimes publications have e-versions, sometimes in indexing, and you might remember this from, back in the days before the internet, that when you looked up print indexes, sometimes there was a change in the title. I used to do a lot of scientific research for Aetna. And I was always hitting against this, where the indexing, the titles were sometimes different. It's just weird the way that happens, but I'm going to take a look just in case. So I'm going to go ahead and just take a look for that title that you gave me here. Trust Slavery in the African School of Economics. And I can see this is the version that you probably came up with, Trust Slavery and the African School of Economics. And I can see that you had gone here probably and you couldn't access it because it was asking you for your username and password. When I go down a little farther, lo and behold, um, it looks like the entire article is actually available online as is. Um, and when I scroll down, it says this article appeared in the Middle East and African section of the print edition under the headline Lessons from Leonard. So that is going to be the title I'm going to look for. I'll also send you this link here because it looks like it's giving me the pictures, which brings me to another thing. When you are looking at many times at database articles, they don't always look like the print version. Now, in the case of our Chronicle, which I'll show you how to get to that in a second, I believe that probably does because we have a separate link on our A to Z databases just for the Chronicle. But this is probably may well look like a database. It's been entered in HTML type article when I get onto the Gale search. So I'm going to go to the Gale search and I'm going to go ahead and paste this because that looks like what the title was. And let's see what we got. Lessons from Leonard, the African School of Economics in The Economist, May 23rd, 2020. And let me go ahead and click it. And yeah, you see how it looks so different? Now, I don't know if they have a PDF version of it. I'm not seeing it. So it looks like this is the way it's going to present it to you. And things that you can do once you're in here, you can email it to yourself, you can print it, you can download it. So those are some of your choices. And then right here where it says get link, that is your permalink, which is actually what I'm probably going to send you. And that's something you'll have to sign in to get to. So that's actually, I will pull up your email. I'm going to start replying here, but I'm just going to go ahead and Control V, paste that in there. So that's the permalink, so I don't lose it, which, I'll do. That happens sometimes. And then I'll also send you the link to the article that, make sure this is it. Yes, that's the full link that you can get to without having to actually sign into anything. I'll send you that as well. With no sign in. And let me go back here to the A to Z. I told you, I promised you I'd show you where the Chronicle is. Now, I know that the Chronicle shows up, and I can't connect to that, but I can show you where you can find the Chronicle in our A to Z database list, C for A to Z databases. And right, if you scroll down, there's the Chronicle for Higher Ed. And you'll have to sign in if you haven't signed in already. But if you notice, this looks like the Chronicle, looks like the real article. And because I'm in here, because I've already signed into the databases. Once you sign in, you're in. I can get into any of the articles. Ignore this part over here because you are already signed in, and you see site license access provided by Berkshire Community College. So for you to get to the Chronicle, the best way to do that is to go to the A to Z list, and I'll just show you how to get back to that again. Go to BCC Library, click A to Z list, and then go to C for Chronicle and sign in like you normally would. And hopefully you have captured whatever the article that you're looking for, or you can look at just today's, or you could look at, last week's or whatever. But that's how to get into it. You click C for Chronicle and just click Chronicle, and if you're already in it, you'll have no problem. And again, this does look, this is the way you would think of how to get into an online it's not a database. Well, it's theirs, but it's not a database like we have here. It is actually a link directly to the periodical, and we pay for just that periodical. For us to have The Economist look like this, we would have to actually get a license for just The Economist, which would probably cost oodles of dollars. And since we have it in so many places, and let me show you how you could find where we have articles, because that's probably another question. Like, how did Karen know it was in all of these places? Well, you go to BCC Library, and in the middle here, this sort of difficult box, where this is a brand new utility, which is working, but is not up to where we want it. Although I have lots of videos on how to access. I mean, there are quick tutorials. There's, the guide for even the English 101 students talks about this box here, this sort of problematic box, which is kind of a one search. It's what they call a federated search, but it's more than that. It's it is a way to get in, way for students to do further research or begin their research. But there is something called a publication finder on it, and you just click search, and you don't have to type anything in the box, just click search. And over here, scroll down a little bit. Once this works, go to the left hand side, and you go to publications, and you type in whatever publication you're looking for. So if I was looking for The Economist, I would click that. And this is where I got that little list for you. And there is all of the publications where The Economist lives. And it appears to be all Gale publications. Now, a word about databases and where you'll find publications. Databases sometimes drop their publications. That happened to us with the journal, a journal of sociology American Journal of Sociology, and this was about a decade ago, and it was after the then director, who's no longer here, had gotten rid of all of the print copies, and all of a sudden we had no access to print copies in any way, shape, or form because the database dropped them. So hopefully, because this is such an important kind of a magazine, is more than a journal. Hopefully, Gail will never get rid of The Economist. But if that happens, then I would say, yeah, we should probably get a subscription to just The Economist as a standalone, and it would look like the Chronicle. But for now, it is in so many places. I just don't see the point of necessarily spending all that money for The Economist. If you go to, you click, the a particular journal, it'll give you all the options of all the different ways to get into it. So if I click 2020 here, and I'm trying to remember the date on that one. Was it May 23rd or something 23rd? But you can see all the different dates here. Thought it was 2020. I just don't remember what date it was off my hand. But you can go ahead and you can then, oh, there it is, May 23rd. If I go ahead and click on that, and scroll down, and I look for the title it was actually published under. So it wasn't under the title you gave me, but under um, a different title. Now, luckily, we did find that online. If you don't find that online, the next thing would be to do an author search. But I happened to notice that it was under a different title, Lessons from Leonard. So the thing to do would be look up Leonard of, I'm going to not pronounce his name right, but Wanchekon. Look under that name, or perhaps African School of Economics. Put it in quotations when you search in the search box. So hopefully that told you how to get to our databases, how to get to The Economist, how to search across publications for The Economist. Again, you go to the library page, click search, and scroll down to publications, and then click type in Economist, so you could get to it that way. I had sent you the list, so I went directly into Gale 1 file, and I showed you how to do that, which was, go to the databases, A to Z databases, and then go to Academic 1 file, which was right here, and I happened to look up the correct name for the article. Luckily, I found that, typed it in here, and we found it. Voila, there it was. But we also found it in another format that was free online. So I hope that this little video helps you. And if you want to set up a Zoom, I'll be happy to do that. But I know that your time is your time. And so this you could watch at any time, whereas Zoom, you have to set aside time for it. Thanks so much. Take care. And thanks so much for contacting us at the library. Bye-bye.